I want to give an inspirational word to everyone today on this beautiful day, and that is to continue to be inspired. Inspiration is more important than motivation. Let me explain, because motivation, think about it in a court sense. There's a motive to commit a crime. Often motivation comes from a place of pride, ego, selfishness. Inspiration is divine. Inspiration, I say it all the time, but eternity, all of this illusion of time was created in one instant when the Creator spoke life into the void, and all life that is, all life that was, and all life that will ever be was formed, created, and everything happened in that very moment. That energy that is divinely given and inspired was created then, but those motives and that motivation come later on. So oftentimes when we're sidetracked by emotions, when we let emotions get the better of us, that's when we're motivated but we're not inspired. We are proof of something bigger, something greater, and we all have a inspired, divine, unique calling. We're all uniquely great, uniquely different, and we're all walking in a certain form of inspiration. When I am believing, that's my being and how it's living. I'm believing. My life is a prayer. My life is an illustration of my faith. So I have to make sure that it reflects my inspiration and not my motivations, because oftentimes I can't trust my own thoughts. Oftentimes what I want isn't what is necessarily good for me. It might not be right, even though I want it, because I'm encased in this 3D prison of time and the flesh, and the scripture tells us, flesh causes much pain. All limitations, all stumbling blocks are derived from the flesh. That's why Christ came to save us from the flesh. He says that flesh cannot enter in the kingdom of heaven. We must dwell in that inspired, in that divine spiritual place. So make sure that whatever you're doing is inspired and not motivated. It's okay to be motivated. Sometimes we have to work up motivation, but that motivation has to be aligned with your spirituality. It has to be aligned with your inspiration. A foundation that has no substance is no good. So your foundation has to be inspired. The old phrase of as above, so below. The soil that the plant comes from, if it's no good, then the fruit that it produces isn't going to be good. If that foundation, that soil's no good, then the ground above it isn't going to be any good, because that's referring to the earth rather than the heavens. So in the heavens is perfect, and we will never be perfect until we move into that inspired divine light, and that's when we are fully accepting grace and when we are separated from this fleshly body. But we can't be perfect in the flesh, so don't wait until you're perfect to try to serve God, to try to serve the Creator. You're never going to be perfect, but you can be inspired, you can live in your chosen path and calling, and you can make a difference and help others. So I pray that you're all blessed by the Most High.